I'd like to welcome everybody to the Wednesday, May 8th meeting of the St. Joseph County Board of Commissioners. Please stand for pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our first item is the accounts payable docket. Do we have a motion?
So moved. Commissioner Hazen, how do you vote? Aye. Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote? Commissioner Baxter, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next is our agreement with control. Warfield, are you gonna say something about that?
I just was here in case of any questions. It's still the same thing as we had from last year. They're still working on all of our lines and making sure that they're all we counsel the ones that's no longer needed. So
Just for the record, control is a group that only gets paid when they save us
correct.
money.
That's how they get paid, is when they save us money, they get a percentage off the savings.
They monitor all of the lines that we have with, primarily with AT&T,
That's correct.
not primarily with AT&T,
Yes.
I should say.
Yes. And they do also give us recommendations on other things that we need to go with another service or not also.
Any questions for Mr. Warfield regarding the control agreement? If not, do we have a motion to approve?
So moved. Commissioner Hazen, how do you vote? Aye. Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote? Aye. Commissioner Baxter, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next, the IPG consent agenda. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second. Commissioner Hazen, how do you vote? Aye. Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote? Aye. Commissioner Baxter, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Moving on to IPG. I'm sorry, we already moved on to IPG. Bid request for the highway annual materials.
That matters, Department of Infrastructure Planning and Growth, office is on the 7th and 11th floor, County City Building. What these are is every year we bid out certain items to get unit prices for these items that we use throughout the year. And what this is asking permission to post advertisement for bid in the Tribune and Mishawaka Enterprises. Those items are bituminous patching, fuel, oil, lubricants, liquid bituminous materials, miscellaneous aggregates, guardrail materials, and traffic paint signage. We recommend your approval. Have any certain questions?
Again, this is just to advertise bids on those items.
Yes.
Any questions?
Yes, I got one. So they just go online and pick up the packet, or do they come down here and pick up the packet?
We have it available online on our bid website, and people that sign up for that, whenever something's posted there, notification goes out. Some of the vendors that we've worked with in the past or have bid in the past, we'll send them an email about it, but it is available. It's in the paper, and then we do post the specs online.
Thank you.
Commissioner Dieter, any questions? If not, do we have a motion to approve advertising the bid requests for the miscellaneous materials for the highway department?
So moved. Second. Commissioner Hazen, how do you vote? Aye. Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote? Commissioner Baxter, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next is the grant of easement in Sandy Brook Drive, Sandy Brook subdivision.
What this is a request for an easement for property in on Sandy Brook Drive. The drive for the property crosses a portion of the retention easement that we have. This just came to our attention because the owner brought it to our attention because they're trying to get things in order so that they can sell it. It's been there for 20+ years and it's never been in our way. So we have looked at this, and the easement is suitable. Legal's reviewed this and we recommend approval.
Any questions?
Is that where you guys had to move because everybody was coming in off of Portage instead of the, was it different?
No.
We have a connection there between two roads, put a road in.
We do on a portion of Sandy Brook, yes.
That's not,
I don't
I'm
think.
looking at the map. that
Right,
is-
it's not this one.
Yeah, the new construction, they come in up on Austin. So
Yeah, all bought and there's some construction. I think they've got the asphalt down, so pretty good. So projects wrapping up.
Mr. Hayes, any questions? If not, do we have a motion?
So moved. Sorry. Commissioner Hazen, how do you vote? Aye. Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote? Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Moving on to our surveyor. Surveyor employment contract. Alexis Ludwig. Start with
Martin Commissioners, Robert Drzinski, office on the seventh floor of the county city building. Under this contract, which the commissioners approved back in December for the, former current employee that we had, she's informed that they should move it on, and we would like to just change names here and put Alexis Ludwig in her spot. Because there's no cost to the general fund, all this money comes out of section 4. So it's just a name change on the contract, that's all.
questions. If not, do we have a motion on the Ludwig contract?
So moved. Second. Commissioner Hazen, how do you vote? Aye. Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote? Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next is a contract with Zach Carlson.
The need, as you know, the ITG and under John Carlson and Beth Kingston has done a tremendous job putting all the drainage files and thing on the SGIS system. We have the opportunity to hire another person for just 10 weeks. Not to exceed $6,000 on this contract. Like to have commissions approve it. Again, this comes out of the section 4.
Any questions? Not, do we have a motion to approve the Carlson contract?
So moved. Second. Commissioner Hazen, how do you vote? Aye. Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote? Aye. Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a good time to mention this before we move to public comment, something that IT has been working on. Changing our extension from St. Joe County sjcindiana.com to sjcindiana.gov. Richard, could you?
Yes, this will be a huge security enhancement. We've always been sjcindiana.com for the most part. So now we're going to an actual .gov domain, which will differentiate and identify us as a government. We had to go through all the bells and whistles to get accepted. So now that we'll be in the process of migrating all of the domains over to the .gov domain. It'll be kind of transparent to everyone because you'll still get your .com emails and correspondence for I'll talk to Carl, but until we can chop it off at that time. So, but it's a big deal that we do have a .gov domain now. So
I think it's important that we do that. As you said, to identify us and provide as a government agency and group, and also to increase our security.
yes,
Glad we're moving ahead with that. I know that's something that's been in the works for,
Yep.
for quite a while.
that's correct.
And the fact that they'll both work.
Commissioner, I'd like to add too, with our job, we've been in cybersecurity with ITHS, and they have been telling us the importance of going to the .gov and the extra security you get from ITHS. We've talked numerous times with Richard, and it's a long process to get there. I would have thought years ago we would have been there, but congratulations getting us there. It's not an easy task, but it's going to give better cyber protection to the entire county by doing that. And it's huge.
Yes, thank you.
If there are no other comments on that change, let's move to public comment.
We have one public commenter, that would be Dan Caruso, and since it's just one, he can have 12 minutes. Oh, thanks, Phil.
Dan Caruso, 305 Compton Street in Carlisle. I have one, issue, and I have, well, I got more than one issue, because I both my ex-wives. The issue I have, or I'm sorry, first the compliment, which also talked to my ex-wives, I'll tell you, those were few and far between. The intersection at 2 and Timothy Road, I was skeptical that anything other than a traffic light, a roundabout, whatever, was gonna fix that intersection. I wanna recognize, everybody responsible for that. I just came up through there. Now, the rest of the road's a mess, it's all construction. But to take that, I wouldn't have thought that just to take that, probably what, about 100 yards of grass out of the middle and pave it, and then give me a chance to start towards the east as I come up Timothy Road, rather than face cars coming up the other way from Timothy Road, or cars turning off onto Timothy Road. It gets me out of the way. It makes that intersection so much safer.
Thank you, Scott. That's,
I'm quick to criticize, but I give credit.
One thing I would like to say, if somehow, I know you're meeting your requirements of putting your notices in the paper and Mishawaka Enterprise, which 6 people get, and the Tribune, which not much more than 6 people get nowadays. The notice of the Drainage Board meeting on the 6th. I get my information from the website. And the website said the Drainage Board meeting was May 6th at 8 a.m. The notice on the website went on May 6th. I had no, that was last Monday, that was Monday. That I had no idea there was a meeting. I would have loved to be at that meeting because there was the awarding of the the Nesbazani ditch. And I see Sky shaking his head.
It's not
But-
awarding, they opened the bids.
Okay, they opened them, but I would have liked.
It was called.
Well, I understand, but then we find out the Zoom link was broke. Even if I wanted to be on it by Zoom, I couldn't have been. So if we somehow could get, and I understand the notice in the paper went the previous Wednesday of the Drainage Board meeting on Monday. If somehow we could sync those two, that'd be great. Thanks.
It's, you may have mine. No, we're all good. We're good. Have a motion to recess. Second. Tony, how do you vote? Commissioner Dieter. Good. Baxmeyer. All right.
Congratulations on your